Welcome to Spiritual Straight Talk, where it's all about enhancing your spiritual walk through life, with host Suzanne Thibault, animal communicator and spiritual life coach. Listen in and discover inspiration for living a divinely inspired life. And now, your host, Suzanne Thibault.
Welcome to Spiritual Straight Talk. Hi, I'm your host, Suzanne Thibault. The interview today is part of the special series of podcast episodes in celebration of the upcoming book, Tales from the Heart. Tales from the Heart features 11 guest chapter authors who share their personal pet relationship stories. And today I have Tanya Lochner and Darcie Litwicki, who are both guest chapter authors. And their chapters are amazing, and they're here to tell us a little bit about it. So welcome, Tanya and Darcie.
Hi, Suzanne. Thanks for having us.
Okay, Tanya, why did you decide to be part of the Tales from the Heart book?
Well, firstly, I just love the work that you do, Suzanne. So anything that you put out in the world, I'm just really honored and excited to be a part of. And secondly, it's just getting the messages out there of what animals do for us and how they can help and support us. If in any way we can deepen that relationship or understanding even that people have with their animals. I just love that. It's a cause really close to my heart.
Yeah, it is. And in your chapter, what's your chapter title, by the way?
It's called Kiara the Shining Star.
Awesome. Because your chapter truly illustrates the power of a pet relationship in showing you things about yourself, didn't it? What can we look forward to in learning in your chapter?
The biggest takeaway from my chapter is how animals, and in particular the story that I'm sharing, is about how I found my life purpose, my actual purpose on this planet and on this earth through my dog. And I believe that a lot of our animals are here to help us on that pathway of discovering what our purpose is. And if we can learn to pick up those messages and see what they really are telling us, it can show you and help you get direction in life and connect on a much deeper level, like on a soul level of what we're meant to do here.
Yeah, I agree. It's super powerful when we can pay attention to what our pets might actually be teaching us about ourselves. Yeah, awesome. Would you like to share any tips about pet relationships? Because you have a lot of pet relationships in your life.
I do. And the one thing that I've realized is one part for me is that they are a reflection of us. So oftentimes when we get irritated or frustrated with them, it's oftentimes a reflection of what's going on internally for us. And they so graciously show us what's going on. And on the other hand, this example keeps popping up for me about my cat who at one stage just kept on running in front of my feet, and I would stumble over her and she'd just be in front of me, and I got so frustrated with her. And then I remember you connected with her, and the message was actually for me to slow down and take it a little bit easy because I was just pushing myself too hard. And so that to me is so powerful, that often when we misunderstand, we think it's bad behavior or inappropriate behavior by our animals, and they actually are communicating the only way they know how to help us. They actually love us, and they really are there to support us. So if we can learn to just look at it from a slightly different perspective or angle, it really, we have these amazing little beings around us who can really help make life a lot easier for us.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for sharing that, because that's similar to Darcie's chapter in a sense that her horse, Buttercup, has taught her many things. Hi, Darcie.
Hi.
Hi. So what's the chapter title for you?
It's called Buttercup, the Life Coach.
That speaks volumes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So why did you decide to be a part of Tales from the Heart?
Well, I also love all the work that you do, and the last book you put out, I really enjoyed that. And I just love the idea of sharing pet relationship stories, because our pets are such an important part of our lives. So I've had the privilege of working with lots of pets through my lifetime, and I've been able to explore like my emotions, my behaviors, and my communication through pet relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just overwhelmingly feel like pets have made me a better person.
That's awesome.
I spend so much time with them, and they've really helped me accept parts of myself, including Buttercup, that I felt a lot of shame around. Yeah.
So give us an overview of your chapter, and because that kind of tells us how Buttercup supports you so much.
Yeah. So in my chapter, I write about my relationship with my horse Buttercup and how we chose each other. It wasn't like I was seeking to find another horse, but it was we just fell in love, basically. I view it as a really great love story.
Mm-hmm.
And in my chapter, I talk a bit about how Buttercup and I work also side by side in our equine assisted coaching program.
Mm-hmm.
And she has so much to offer people in our sessions and our clients. And she has a way of helping them open to their life possibilities with so much more awareness than they would otherwise have without her.
And she does that all with her body language, right?
She does. Yeah, she does that.
So
yeah. And yeah, she in the story too, I also talk about how she when something's really serious and it's getting too serious, she shows up in a way that's humorous, that helps people kind of break that seriousness and break through to what's going on,
like stress and anxiety kind of feelings. Yes. Yeah. And she recognizes that, and that, holy smokes, what a beautiful relationship that is, that she wants to life coach other human beings too with you. That is really, really cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. So I know listeners, you're going to enjoy both of these chapters very much, to see the power that pets have upon our lives. So Darcie, do you have anything you'd like to share with our listeners about pet relationships?
Yeah. It's what I'd like to share is it's so important to go beneath the surface with your pet and connect heart to heart with your inner selves, because I feel like that way they know they can come to you for help or support, and that you can also open yourself to their messages, what they're trying to show you and teach you. And I just feel like they have infinite wisdom, and it's so magical when you can allow yourself to open up to that.
Yes, I agree. And hopefully that's what Tales from the Heart will do for people, is to see that, help people to see the magic we have in our pet relationships.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Tanya and Darcie, for sharing about your chapters. And listeners, I hope that intrigues you to want to read their chapters and learn more about their pet relationships. I thank you, listeners, for being here today and listening in. This is a special series of interviews that's leading up to the launch of Tales from the Heart on Amazon on November 15th. Listen in to future episodes, and you can meet the other guest chapter authors as we all come together and celebrate transformational pet relationships. Thank you for listening in today, and remember that love makes all things possible.
Thank you for listening to Spiritual Straight Talk with Suzanne Thibault. If you enjoyed this episode, tell a friend and subscribe on iTunes or Spotify. To connect with Suzanne, visit www.suzannethibault.net. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for listening.